2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And coming right up, we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Minnesota Timberwolves. For the Timberwolves, they struggled in this matchup last season. Only one win for them through 4 games. They'd like to make a statement tonight. And what a beginning to the season we've had. Some amazing plays, some huge games. Shaq, for the teams that have gotten out to a fast start, how do they go about maintaining that momentum?
Well, it's called PPM, Arnie. Perseverance, physically and mentally. Put your hands up, Arnie. Put your hands up, Kenny.
Okay.
Touch it.
All right.
Join hands. You just got to ride the wave and don't overthink it. Bring it back, Kenny. Oh, there you go. Ride the wave. Don't overthink. One last time. Ride the wave. There you go.
Oh,
Bring it back. Yeah.
It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan at the table alongside Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge from the sideline. Now for the Oklahoma City Thunder, they won their last contest, that game against the Jazz in Utah. And they put it all together in that game. It added up to a phenomenal win.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever easy playing on the road, obviously. But that night, they were really in rhythm, shot the ball with such ease and confidence.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Butler teams with Wiggins as the deadly wing duo. Gibson is the 4 with Towns in the middle. And it's Teague in at the point guard. Westbrook, and it's good off the glass. Doris, already some interesting stories this year, and we've only just started. What's impressing you so far?
Well, I think, Kevin, we're always a little bit surprised for a couple of clubs that we had low expectations of. They've come out surprisingly strong, and conversely, a couple of favorites who are showing perhaps some unforeseen signs of weakness. Can they pull themselves back together? We'll see.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, I got a few minutes with Billy Donovan. This is the first meeting of the season between these teams, and he stressed to his guys they need to rely on their instincts at the offensive end. He said, we do a good job of finding soft spots in defenses without forcing things. If we keep doing that, we'll be in good shape. We'll see if they can keep that up tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Thank you, David. So if their coach is right, their success today will depend on how well they shoot the ball.
And they're going to have to work hard at the offensive end to make that happen. Strong player movement and ball movement will be key.
Well, exactly, because you can have the most dangerous shooters in the league, but if they're not sharing the basketball, it doesn't do you any good.
Now here's Towns. The layup missed. Outside, George. He dishes it to Westbrook. They set the pick. Adams sets the pick for George. To the inside, down to 5 on the shot clock. Missile on the play, bucket's good, he'll go to the line. So Adams will go to the free throw line. Taj Gibson picks one up.
Well, obviously, the biggest impact Steven Adams has for this team is his ability to be a defensive force in the middle. This guy carves up space, takes away any would-be penetrators, solid rim protection, just an unbelievable guy on the interior.
And here's Westbrook. After Jimmy Butler made that last three-pointer. Robertson can't hit.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
No good from Gibson.
Boy, too much traffic in the lane. Very difficult finish with the defense draped all over him.
And Anthony with the basket on the assist from Robertson.
Now, just such a high percentage look, but with Melo, it's almost just a given. Tough to stop.
Here's Towns, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Steven Adams picks one up.
Boy, how bright is the future for Karl Anthony Towns. The guy's already putting up 25 and 12 in his second year. This guy led every big man in double-doubles last year. He dominates every category you want a big man to impact.
And talking about Towns, Doris, in his double-doubles last season, ended up being third overall amongst all players, trailing only Westbrook and Harden. Not bad company at all.
Well, yeah, there's no question. It's amazing to me, Kev, how easy Karl Anthony Towns makes it look. He puts huge numbers up on a nightly basis, and to be honest, he's going to be regarded very soon as the best big man in the league.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Right, because otherwise you're going to give up those close range opportunities all night. If you allow the opposition to get into a groove, look out.
Now here's Gibson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Kicks it out to Wiggins. They get it back. Back to Teague from outside the arc. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. No one had more success at the foul line last season than this group of players. Fifth best, Paul George.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
Inside, a putback.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Wiggins dishes to Gibson. The kick outside to Butler. Teague against Westbrook. A nice shot by Teague.
Yeah, and that's just Butler staying alert, right? He keeps his eyes up. He's willing to make the extra pass. This guy understands the game.
Westbrook kicks to Anthony. Dishes to Adams. There's the pick. Back to George. Launches it. Rebound by Butler. Timberwolves have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Shoots from 14. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. And that makes it a tie ball game.
And Gibson always has had a solid mid-range game. You can't let him get comfortable from that spot.
George with the ball. Now defended by Wiggins. Three-pointer. And it's George again missing. Out to the wing. Towns kicks to Butler. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Gibson. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists in the game.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Neither team wants to give an inch. This is fun. Both teams trying desperately to seize the momentum.
And he's able to get it back. Gibson against Anthony. Adams, the pass to Anthony. It's George on the wing. They shoot again, and it's good on the way in. George has got 6.
Oh, Kevin, that's not an easy play. Paul George is an extraordinary player. Keeps his eye on the bucket at all times.
Now here's Wiggins. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Teague for 3. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Westbrook kicks to Roberson. Here's Adams. Lays it up off the glass. 7 points in the game.
What a phenomenal quarter from the field. A great shooting percentage, excellent shots. This is really well done.
Butler kicks to Towns. Shoots over Adams. And too long on the shot. The Thunder with the lead. A shot by George. Wide open. That doesn't go either for George.
Boy, with that much space around him, maybe he's better off at How about the creativity, the athleticism? That's a rare combination for a guy his size. Go to work, Cat.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment. Now, here is George, coming off a stellar performance against Utah. And Gibson sends it back.
He's fighting it in this quarter. Hasn't been able to get into any sort of groove.
George against Wiggins. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Pass to Anthony. From deep, George. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. And the Thunder lead by 3. Greg, you watch the Thunder play, and it's clear that this team comes out looking to attack. Everyone on the team wants to put it on the floor and go right at the rim.
And part of that is their leader, Westbrook, just setting the tone. I mean, team finished near the top in points in the paint last season, and the addition of Paul George just helps to enforce that strength.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Butler dishes to Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
Well, Taj Gibson, a terrific athlete, easily gets off the floor to finish with authority.
Looking at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it was a win against the Utah Jazz. Anthony, the pass to Westbrook. Minnesota with the rebound.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Butler kicks to Gibson over Anthony. Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Well, such work ethic. Towns brutal on the offensive glass.
Here's Roberson, defended by Butler. Here's Westbrook. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field. This tug-of-war game continues.
And guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Towns dishes to T. The kick outside to Butler. 3-pointer. And it's Teague. That time on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 5 assists tonight.
Well, this to me is one of the best aspects of Teague's game. He is an exceptional catch-and-shoot guy.
And Robertson has it in the corner. Back to Westbrook. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Westbrook's got 6.
Well, this is a guy who understands his role in their offense, right? And they know exactly how to use him.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Doris, when you watch Towns on the court, he is as large as advertised on paper, but moves and plays much more like a guard. It's something that you see more and more in today's NBA, and it seems like he's leading the charge.
No, agreed, Kev. This guy has the ability to handle the basketball like a guard, and that allows him to create separation with the bounce. He can hit step-back jump shots, can spread the floor. A lot to like about his offensive arsenal.
The free throw drops for Towns.
You know, funny thing is, in his only season at the University of Kentucky, he didn't start. And yet Karl Anthony Towns becomes the #1 pick in the draft. So unusual.
Now here's Adams. 7 points in the game. Felton kicks to Abrinas. Just 5 on the clock. Goes up on the wing. This one for 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
The defense not doing its job there. Left him wide open, and I'm sure he's kicking himself for not cashing in.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Muhammad with the steal. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Crawford leading the charge. He gets that one. And it's a 7-point Timberwolves lead.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
To the wing right side. Abrinas. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Towns, the pass to Jang. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Felton kicks to Grant. Pass to Abrinas. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Ferguson's got his first bucket in this one.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Pass to Muhammad. Towns, the screen. Crawford right side. Here's Muhammad looking for his first basket still in this one. Jones, no luck. 59 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Ferguson, and it's off from 3-point range. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Here's Muhammad. Thunder with the rebound. Adams has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Amazing recognition by Felton. Sees the wide open man, sends it on time and on target.
Muhammad has it in the corner. Towns, high post. Jones against Felton. Jones dishes to Jang. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. And the Timberwolves lead by 6.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Felton goes in. The shot's good.
Well, with that frame, outstanding strength by Ray Felton, working hard inside.
Crawford outside. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for the Minnesota Timberwolves. His work on the glass was outstanding in that quarter. Great rebounding. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And Russell Westbrook, a guy who has faced some criticism, also a guy who is extremely critical of himself.
It's tough, and I'm still learning every night to be able to come out, to know when to score, to know when to pass, to know when to be aggressive, to know when to slow down. It can be tough at times because I want to do so well, and I want my teammates to do so well, and I want to win so bad.
Well, you have to love the competitive attitude, the desire to be great, not just for himself, but for his teammates, too.
And the emphasis on winning. That's why so many people in the league feel that it's just a matter of time before Westbrook puts those finishing touches on his game.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
I'll tell you, they've simply been more assertive in the open floor. They're leaking out early, converting with confidence.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for Oklahoma City right now, they've got Felton. Adams is out there with Grant, and it's Abrinas in at the 2-guard spot. Doris, you went from the basketball court right to the broadcasting booth. Having seen the game now from an analyst perspective, what might you go back and tell Doris, the player?
Yeah, I'd probably tell myself to throw myself completely into the vibe of the team, to never, even if I were struggling as a basketball player, to turn inward. I would always say turn outward to your teammates and invest in what's going on with the group, and then that seems to make everything fall into place.
And mentally, too, I think you've got to prepare and focus like you would as a player when you are broadcasting.
No question about it.
Here is Felton following the bucket by the Timberwolves. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
And as you would expect, Steven Adams has grown into a larger role with this team. Really came in as a guy who could defend and rebound, but starting to become more of a factor within their offensive framework.
Now here's Jones. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. Looking for Jang. He gets it there. About a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Jones for three. That one, no good. And the Thunder going the other way now. And Greg, with Adams, he hasn't just been given more opportunity to display what he can do on offense. He's earned it.
You hit it right on the head. And as an example, a guy that was a bad free throw shooter, all of a sudden he became respectable because of his work ethic last season. Much more nimble in the paint than most would think. Just good awareness, and he knows when to pick his spots.
So it's the Thunder now. Following Tyus Jones's three-point attempt. Adams with the screen on Crawford. Knocked away. Crawford with the steal. And now Jones running the floor all by himself. Finished off the break. Jones has got 5 now.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Screen by Adams. Here's Grant. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Felton's got 3 assists tonight. Minnesota leading by 4. Up top, Jang. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. Jones in the post. He's covered by Felton. Adams against Towns. Back to Jang. Shot clock at 3. The three. Another shot, and that's 2 points on the layup. Zhang's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, you can't afford to let Gorgui Zhang float around on the offensive glass. He's going to find a way to hurt you.
And it's Grant in the corner. Here's Abrinas, guarded by Crawford. And good that time. That's 12 points for Steven Adams.
And they've repeatedly broke inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Well, he's just having a lot of fun. When your offense is going like this young man's, Karl Anthony Towns knows no bounds.
Thunder trailing by 6. Felton kicks to Grant. Screen by Adams. Got a piece of it. And the dunk by Grant.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Just great timing on that play, too, guys. Makes it impossible for the defense to react.
Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Abrinas. Rebound by Zhang. Minnesota leading by 4. Here's Towns. Muhammad, the pass to Zhang. Crawford outside. His three-pointers off the mark. Well, Thunder have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. The Timberwolves have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. Here's Zhang, and finished off by Zhang.
Wow, big-time size, speed, power combination from Gorgui Zhang. Wow.
And it's Abrinas in the corner. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Abrinas has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
You simply can't give him that. You have to fight through the screen and at least get a hand in the face of the shooter.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Grant kicks to Abrinas. Screen by Adams. And the rejection by Towns.
A terrific effort by Towns. Sticks with the play and sends it back.
Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for the Thunder. Minnesota also with the sub. Gibson's checked in. Thunder trailing by 5. 6 to shoot. To the paint. Here's Abrinas. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Abrinas has got 5.
I'll tell you, he gets into terrific post position. The entry feed is right where it needs to be.
And Gibson kicks to Muhammad. No good on the triple.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
In the corner, it's Zhang. In the corner, it's Crawford. Drills the three-pointer. 7 points in the game.
You think about what Coach Billy Donovan has had to deal with in terms of his roster makeup in his tenure in Oklahoma City. You begin with Kevin Durant and Serge Ibaka. Then you lose both those guys after your first year. And now you add Paul George. Through it all, Billy has been able to keep this team competitive.
And so it's Minnesota with it, following the score by Oklahoma City. There's the dish to Zhang. And finished off by Zhang.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
You know, and I'm not seeing any urgency out of this defense, especially considering the deficit in the score.
Gibson against Anthony. Zhang inside.
Well, no question. Zhang is showing greater confidence on the offensive end tonight.
Under trailing by 5. To the inside. And Adams with the slam.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Yeah, with the score this tight, someone has to come over and take the charge, or at least contest missed the shot.
Here's Felton after the basket by Minnesota. Abrinas kicks to Grant. Back to Abrinas. Adams with the screen on Crawford. Back to Grant from beyond the arc. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year.
A division battle. These two squads play each other 4 times this season.
Sneaky in transition. Muhammad always looking for opportunities to score.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it after the basket by Minnesota. And it's Grant in the corner. Anthony against Gibson from 12 feet out. And Adams kicks to Abrinas. Puts it up from 12. That shot no good. And Minnesota will come the other way.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
Anthony on the double team. And Zhang kicks to Gibson. The pass to Muhammad from deep three-point range. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Anthony against Zhang. Goes up on the wing. Count that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut to just 5 on the basket from Anthony.
Boy, Melo has made a name for himself with his mid-range game, and you can see why right there.
So the Timberwolves call their first timeout.
You know, with the influx of talent that the Wolves have had the last handful of years, they feel a pressure to win. Fans are wondering when all that talent will mature. Expectations are being raised for this group.
Thunder, Paul George, he's checked in for Grant. Andre Robertson comes in for Alex Abrinas. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Raymond Felton. And then for Minnesota, Andrew Wiggins, he's checked in for Shabazz Muhammad. Jimmy Butler comes in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Teague in for Jones. Anthony on the double team. Three-pointer, Butler. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got his 3rd assist on the night. And the Timberwolves Doris with the longest playoff drought in the league.
Well, and Kevin, I think you have seen tremendous growth with this team the last few years. But remember, they're in the unforgiving Western Conference. I think they believe the infusion of veteran talent gives them an opportunity to make the leap and get to the postseason. You know, it's kind of cool looking back at the career Carmelo Anthony has enjoyed. He helps his college team to their first ever title. He's a 10-time All-Star in the NBA. And the list just keeps on going for Melo. It's awesome.
Now here's Gibson. He's got 6. Butler kicks to Gibson. Not going to go that time. Adams, some nice D. Here's Roberson, defended by Butler. And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
Westbrook can absorb contact, Kevin. He's got great focus and great finishing ability.
Timberwolves leading by 5. And Doris, everyone's going to want Melo to deliver and win a title, but he's done so much and won at so many different levels, he shouldn't have anything else left to prove.
No, I couldn't agree more, Kev. He's a proven scorer at the NBA level. He's got multiple golds in international play. And Melo just one of 3 guys to score 10,000 points with 2 different teams. Elvin Hayes and Kareem are the only 2 others.
And it's Butler missing.
Not the kind of strong finish it should have been. Something threw him off.
Here's Roberson, defended by Butler. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. 1:53 left now here in the second. Screen by Adams. Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut to just 3 points on the basket from Roberson.
Steven Adams takes pride in being a great screen setter. I think this guy creates so many opportunities for his teammates.
Now here's Zhang.
I'll tell you, Gorgui Zhang is improving and becoming a value at the center spot with all that length. He challenges shots. He's got a nice face-up touch. There's a lot to like with this guy.
And Zhang drops them both.
Boy, how outstanding at the line has this guy been. One of the best free throw shooting big men you will ever find.
And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. The 17-footer. Nice touch on the bank shot. Westbrook's got 10 points. And with Zhang's length and touch, you feel comfortable playing him at either the 4 or the 5. And also versatile enough, Doris, to play as a starter or off the bench.
Right. It's hard to find a big man who does as much as Gorgui Zhang. He doesn't necessarily dominate in one area, but this guy always finds a way to contribute. Oh, he'd like to have that one back. He almost never get that wide open a look. I'll tell you, that play was not as easy as he made it look. A moving target. It has to be perfectly placed. Really pretty.
George dishes to Westbrook. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And when you watch Russell Westbrook play, he's one of the most competitive players in the NBA.
And with the way he attacks the rim and plays with just no abandon, I mean, this guy is no joke. Absolutely wills himself and his team to just do things that few others can, and relentless from the first quarter to the last whistle. I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
The Timberwolves have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
And the problem for Wiggins, a former overall #1 pick, people always seem to want more from him, whether it's warranted or not.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Towns is checked in. And both free throws good for Wiggins. For all the great things that Andrew Wiggins does on the floor, he is still working to solidify his defensive game. Never easy, Doris, for a young player in the NBA. It's something that he knows he can improve upon.
Well, and I think the important piece is Andrew Wiggins is invested in becoming a better defender. And most pure scorers think they can get away with playing average at best defense. Wiggins wants to be known as a complete player.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Well, you want to slow this man's roll right now if you're the defense, because you've got to make somebody else beat you. He's cooking right now.
Here's Towns following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Just 5 to shoot. Launches a 3. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Just 4 seconds left to play in the first half. For 3, Westbrook, and no good trying to get that one. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Minnesota on top. They lead by 3. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Karl Anthony Towns. Karl, you got some scoring going in that first half. What did you take advantage of?
I'm just finding spots, not chasing it, letting it come to me. Just using what my teammates give me.
Productive half so far, Karl Anthony. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It was a closely contested first quarter for Minnesota. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. They didn't stop fighting in the second quarter as they maintained most of their first quarter lead and now lead by 3 at the break. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Well, so far they won the battle of assists. They played more patiently and very unselfish in the first half. good shot selection, and nice flow of offense.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
Ernie, they're taking way too many threes. The offense has no rhythm. They need to go back to the drawing board. Maybe try to get a little bit more transition, more off the pick and roll. Anything other than shooting that three. It's not going.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. It's been Minnesota leading by 3. Here's who Tom Thibodeau is starting the second half with. Wiggins at small forward with Gibson at the 4. Teague runs the point with Butler at his side. They're the backcourt. And it's Towns in at the center, locking down the middle. Westbrook against Teague. Screen by Adams. Outside, George. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. And Gibson kicks to Wiggins, and Wiggins throws it down.
Andrew Wiggins simply skies to finish that shot.
George sets a screen for Westbrook. Screen by Adams. Here's Anthony. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Gibson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Butler, and he lays it straight in. Butler's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Boy, that's high percentage range for Jimmy Butler. I'll tell you, he'll work you over in there.
Screen by Adams. Anthony kicks to Adams. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And watching Jimmy Butler, he just offers so much on offense from a scoring standpoint. You know, obviously he can get to the rack and draw the defense to him. Also really improved his ability to knock it down from beyond. Just a complete offensive player.
Well, Steven Adams is a guy who understands his role. He wants to play hard-nosed defense. He wants to score it anytime he's got a deep touch in the paint. Love his approach.
And Greg, as you said, Butler is a threat to score from any part of the floor.
It's a bit of a dying art, though, hitting that mid-range jump shot. Butler also does a great job of getting to the line. That's increased over the course of his career. Just a well-rounded offensive player.
Well, obviously it's been an off night for him offensively, but give his teammates credit. They've bailed him out, and he's still got time to turn it around.
Oklahoma City moving it around. And it's George missing.
Boy, they're slow coming out of halftime. Just 0 for 3 to start this half.
And that one's good. Wiggins.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Roberson, defended by Butler. Westbrook kicks to Roberson. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
That's a big donut, folks, here. Start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
And the shot is good.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Shoots from 12. Minnesota with the rebound.
You know, he's working on his inside game, but clearly there's still a little more work to do.
Back to Towns. Inside, Butler. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. Knocks down the 3 ball. Westbrook's got 17.
Well, Westbrook's shot is so quick. Really doesn't hesitate for a single second from downtown.
The kick out to Teague. Fires the 3. Nailed from three-point land. Teague's got the lead back up to 9 now for the Timberwolves. Down low, changes up, and it's Westbrook weighing it in. Westbrook's got 5 points now this quarter.
Kev, do you have the sense that Russell Westbrook believes he can score against anyone in the NBA? He's rolling right now.
Gibson with it. Now Anthony defending. Gibson passes to Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's Westbrook, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Towns. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 7th assist in the game.
Well, he's kept them in balance tonight. This guy's shooting has put them in front.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City. You know, Doris, when it comes to leadership, there are so many different ways to do it, different ways of leading among the players who are some of the more vocal leaders out there. Who do you have circled?
You know, I think leadership sometimes, Kevin, requires that you make your teammates uncomfortable, and that's not always easy to do. So the two guys that come to mind for me are both Chris Paul and LeBron James. One, they're going to hold themselves to an incredibly high standard, and unless you're willing to do that, it's hard to bring everybody with you. So in terms of leadership, the guys I like watching the most right now in the current NBA are both Chris Paul and LeBron James.
Great examples.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they've got to talk about.
I think they've got to ramp up the pressure. There's no excuse for letting them score at will in the paint. Make them feel you.
Some changes for Minnesota. Crawford comes in for Jimmy Butler, and Tyus Jones subbed in for Jeff Teague. Felton against Jones. To the right side. Grant kicks to Abrinas. 6 on the shot clock. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Abrinas has got 7 points.
I'll tell you, somebody on the defensive end has got to step in and try to get a body on him there.
Here's Towns. Anthony with the defensive effort. Under trailing by 9. Here's Ferguson. He's got 5, and that one's good, Anthony.
Oh, that could easily have been a three-point play. A little contact, Melo still goes right to it.
And at the top of the key, Towns. There's Crawford with the 3. Ferguson with the rebound.
Well, that's the shot they want. He always has the green light when he's that open. Boy, one miss isn't going to change that.
Anthony can't hit. Minnesota leading by 7. Kicks it out to Crawford. Trains it from beyond the arc. 10 points for him.
He's deadly from that spot in the corner. He's been known to pile up the points from over there.
Outside, Felton. Back to Anthony. And it's Abrinas in the corner. Over Crawford. And that one goes long. Minnesota's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And the basket is good. And now it's a 12-point Minnesota lead.
Well, late rotation by the defense, and Wiggins has the vision to find the open man.
There's a screen. Anthony dishes to Felton. And he drops it in from the low post. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
Wiggins outside. Towns, the pass to Crawford. Jones for 3. Thunder with the rebound. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Count that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Grant.
That's unselfish basketball. Opted to pass up his own shot and dish to a teammate instead.
Wiggins kicks to Jones. Outside Gibson. In the corner, it's Wiggins. He feeds it to Towns. Kicks it to Jones. Towns dishes to Wiggins. Kept alive. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. At this break, we have a chance to break down where the assist has been coming from tonight between the front and back court for Oklahoma City.
This backcourt is really shouldering the load in terms of the ball movement and great assists. When you look at the overall contributions compared to the bigs, nice work on distributing the ball.
Jang, he's checked in for Taj Gibson. Kicks it out to Jones. Wiggins, right side. Jacks up a three. Towns, no luck. Thunder trailing by 8.
I think, guys, very few teams can compete with Oklahoma City when it comes to controlling the glass. Great rebounders at every position. They're going to fight for boards on both ends of the floor.
Pass to Ferguson. Screen by Grant. On the line. Tries again, and the layup is up and in. Grant's got 8 points.
Well, this is why Jeremy Grant's size is important. Stretches out beautifully whenever he's close to the rack.
Jones, the pass to Jang. Screen by Jones. Trying to get back on track, and Jang puts it in. And the Timberwolves lead by 8. And the Thunder and their rebounding finished first in the NBA last season in rebounds per game.
And it starts with Russell Westbrook. But everyone on this team is committed to getting anything that comes off that iron. They get a ton of extra chance points because of their offensive rebounding. It's really...
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he'd read the play.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. And for all their youth and players who can get out and run, this Timberwolves team, Doris, near the bottom of the league in terms of pace.
Well, I think they want to take any easy transition scores they can get, but otherwise they're going to look to set it up because this is how Coach Tom Thibodeau has always done things. It's an offensive approach that has worked for them.
Making a switch here. Adams checked in, and then for Minnesota, Shabazz Muhammad's checked in for Jang, and it's Teague in for Tyus Jones. Grant outside. The feed to Anthony. Pass to Abrinas. Takes the three. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got 3 assists now in this one.
You know, you love your star players making others better, and Melo with the vision there.
Count that one. 10 points for Andrew Wiggins.
Boy, after an up and down first half, he's finally gotten a flow. These are the right shots for him.
Felton kicks to Grant. And the dunk by Grant.
Jeremy Grant going to give a little lesson in how to finish off a drive. Whoa.
Timberwolves leading by 7. Teague dishes to Towns. Teague kicks to Crawford. Feeds it to Muhammad. Rebounded by Anthony. Anthony's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And it's Grant in the corner. Felton against Teague. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one is on Towns.
You know, that's just the power and strength from Anthony. Able to take the hit and still play through it.
And the Thunder making a change here. George is checked in. And Muhammad the bucket on the assist by T. Teague's got 6 assists now in the game.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
Anthony's shot is off.
He's cold from deep. 0 threes in the second half after hitting just 1 in the first.
Here's Muhammad. Anthony with the block.
Melo just reading the play the right way, put in the extra effort to come up with such a nice block.
They get it back. Adams gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
Oh, easy put back. No one got a body on him.
Boy, I'll tell you, Greg, that's just inexcusable. All they had to do was box him out. You learn a lesson the hard way in that instance.
1:15 left in the third quarter. Felton kicks to Anthony. Here's Adams. That ball's nice feed that time from George. 22 points for Steven Adams.
Well, the size and the frame of Steven Adams is flat out intimidating. A high percentage scorer around the blocks.
Dishes it to Muhammad. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Muhammad's got 4 this quarter. Thunder trailing by 6. Anthony kicks to Abrinas, and out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. On the Thunder with some changes. Roberson comes in for Alex Abrinas, and Russell Westbrook subbed in for Raymond Felton. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Westbrook against Teague. Timberwolves passing it around. Another miss by Minnesota. Oklahoma City shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. And George, here we go. Banked in off the glass. George has got 11 points.
You know, Kevin, there's some toughness in the attitude of Paul George. Perfectly fends off the D on his way to the rack.
Teague with the ball. 11 points in the game. To the middle. 6 to shoot. From the arc. Cans it from downtown. He's got 14.
And how about the consistency from range tonight? Really impressive.
Well, it is all about the 3 ball nowadays in the NBA. And when he's hitting from there, it's going to make things very tough on the defense.
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Timberwolves lead by 7. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And now we take a listen into the recent huddle from Tom Thibodeau.
Keep digging, man. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. Every loose ball. Make it hard on him. Make it hard.
And there's Tom Thibodeau focusing on the toughness and efforts he'd like to see from his team.
Yeah, he wants them to just leave no stone unturned, take advantage of every opportunity, and that's going to be the roadmap to success.
Just 1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair. Anthony out there with Paul George, and it's Adams in at the 5. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Wiggins passes to Butler. Towns dishes to Gibson. The kick out to T. Pass to Wiggins. Fires for 3. That shot is off. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Here's Westbrook. Up and in on the layup. Westbrook's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Thunder.
Well, the blinding speed of Russell Westbrook to change ends and get to the cup.
Gibson against Anthony. Now here's Butler. He's tightly guarded. Count that bucket. And the Timberwolves lead by 7.
Hey, Kev, that's the explosiveness we talk about. Butler, even in traffic, draining the highly contested shot. Wow. The absolute ferocity from Russell Westbrook. The rim. My goodness, how you feeling?
Teague with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. Towns kicks to Wiggins. Teague the pass to Gibson. Towns at the elbow. Shoots over Adams. That one off the back iron and out.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Robertson can't hit.
And another miss. Woo, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. It's stolen by Adams. Wiggins against George. And stolen by Wiggins. The finish, and Wiggins throws it down.
How about that? Turn defense into offense, a great steal, and Wiggins for the score.
Here's Westbrook. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth.
Well, can't find the target, but good work to get into open space inside the arc.
Wiggins dishes to Gibson. Wiggins against George. To the wing right side. Towns is doubled. He kicks it to Gibson. Teague for three. It's hauled in by Adams. Under trailing by 7. Anthony right side. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Teague banked in off the glass.
Well, Kevin, how about that ability to mix speeds? Teague is so hard to keep up with when he's penetrating.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Robertson gets the bucket.
Puts one in the eye of the defense. First triple of the evening.
Timberwolves leading by 6. T kicks to Butler. Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Look out below, an airmail special by Cat.
Outside Anthony. Screen by Adams. The kick out to Westbrook. That 3 off the mark. Minnesota's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Stolen by George. For the 3. Minnesota with the rebound. Towns has got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Kicks it out to Wiggins. He dishes it to T. Back to Wiggins. The pass to Butler. Just 5 on the clock. Teague with a clean look. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. And that's 19 points for Jeff Teague. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
I would say Jeff Teague's jump shot is solid, maybe not elite, but one area where he is elite, guys, for a point guard is getting to the free throw line. Over the last 4 years, consider this, almost 5 trips to the foul line a game.
And Teague, an all-star in 2015. He is blazingly quick.
He really is, Gav. He's got that great first step, and as aggressively as this guy plays, he keeps a very mellow disposition. You rarely see this guy act ruffled.
Sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with his team. He got on him. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we've put ourselves in this hole, and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
Well, that's really good patience in the post, right? Paul George, not a post man, but able to attack at the right moment.
Towns is doubled. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got his 8th assist here tonight.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Westbrook kicks to George. Adams with the screen on Wiggins. And stolen by Wiggins. And here we go. Towns heading to the hoop. And the dunk by Towns.
Well, don't sleep on the foot speed of Karl Anthony Towns. He's a factor in transition.
Thunder trailing by 13. To the inside. Deft touch on the alley-oop.
Oh, what a beautiful pass. And then to catch and finish all in one motion. Stupendous.
An alley-oop like that, Greg, is so rare you just got to take a second and enjoy it. It's stolen by Adams. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. George has got the ball.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
The dish now to Wiggins. Back to Towns. Shot clock at 6. A 3-ball. The shot comes out. Excellent D there from George. Westbrook with it. Picked up by Teague. And it's Westbrook missing.
That's an example of great defense. His teammates love that about him. Always why the shooters struggle against this guy.
And Butler gets it to go.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Westbrook, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. There's the foul. That's against Minnesota.
Boy, how hard does Russell Westbrook attack the defense in the paint? He is fantastic at forcing the issue.
And he knocks down the first one.
Boy, what about last season for Russell Westbrook? Not only the numbers he put up, but the jaw-dropping plays he delivered, and he helped this Thunder team to a season where many thought they'd be out of the playoff picture. He gets them into the playoffs. Incredible journey.
Teague kicks to Wiggins. To the inside. Here's Gibson. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And the Timberwolves lead by 13.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
For 3, Westbrook. Here's Adams. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Adams has got 24.
Listen, we know Steven Adams is one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA. You've got to have great awareness about him on the glass.
Teague, the pass to Wiggins. Teague kicks to Butler. In the corner, it's Wiggins. And the 3 off target.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Here's George. Left side, Adams. Fires the 3. Robertson can't hit. Timberwolves leading by 11. Wiggins kicks to Butler. To the paint. The kick out to Teague. Pass to Gibson. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
If Taj Gibson gets around the rack, you understand this guy is going to make an opportunity.
Robertson dishes to Westbrook. Back to Robertson. The 3. He can't get that one to fall. And Minnesota now the other way. And it's Gibson, that time on the assist by Wiggins. Gibson's got 6 in the quarter.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
Kicks to Anthony, the 10-footer. Yep, that one goes.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Teague against Westbrook. Teague, the pass to Towns. Wiggins sets a screen for Towns. Outside Butler. He feeds it to Teague. Lets it go with a 3. The shot, no good. George with the defensive effort.
Well, he had the defense's attention, dropping 2 threes in the first half, but he hasn't made one since.
The feed to Westbrook. Outside Anthony. Out left to the wing. Screen by Adams. Outside for George. Over Wiggins. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And the dunk by Towns.
Another solid game from this guy shooting the basketball, just adding to this lead. So hard to defend.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Well, with Taj Gibson on the court, you know you're going to get great energy and intensity, and you're going to get it at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, there's no question. The fervor that Gibson plays with on the defensive end, to me, rubs off on his teammates. He never takes a play off. He works endlessly to make life tough for his assignment. This guy is underrated as a defensive force in the NBA.
And if you're sensing a concern, best thing you can do is call timeout.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt. You've got to get this game under control. I think he sees some adjustments he can make.
We've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Karl-Anthony Towns.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. Thunder trailing by 15. Westbrook kicks to Adams. Screen by Adams. Back to Anthony. Outside, George. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
Yeah, Kevin, it's a must that you contest Paul George, especially from the mid-range. This is a dominant shooter from there.
The kick outside to Butler. Back to Teague. Wiggins dishes to Gibson. The kick outside to Butler. There's a good screen. He faded back on that one to give himself some room. That's now 32 points for Karl-Anthony Towns. Here's Westbrook, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Love Westbrook's ability to shoot it off the dribble, the stop, the rise, the fire. He makes it look easy.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Outside Butler. Pass to Teague. Gibson the screen. Clock at 6. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. And Butler gets it to go on the assist by Towns. Towns has got his 8th assist here tonight.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Timberwolves.
And they had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the floor of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out, and doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Karl-Anthony Towns.
Boy, I thought his best work was his pursuit of the basketball. He competed for every rebound, fought for position in the paint, and never stopped working. I love it.
And really one of the quickest guards in our league. Jeff Teague just puts tremendous pressure on your defense when he's attacking the paint.
Inside, here's Roberson, loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Well, Westbrook can be a pass-first mentality when necessary. How about the recognition from the crafty guard?
Westbrook against Teague. Towns is doubled. Feeds to Wiggins. That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're trailing by 13. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We've got 28 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Nice shot by Felton.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Jang, a screen. Now here's Crawford. Passes it to Bielitsa. 5 on the clock. Kicks it out to Jones. His three-pointer's off the mark. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Jimmy, how confident are you that you guys can build on this win and keep the momentum going?
Very confident. Like I said, we got a great group of guys. We play together, play hard. We can win.
I know you'll like to keep that going as we go on in the season. Thank you for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. See you later.